Airline alliances and partnerships are among the most important concepts you need to understand to win the travel rewards game. Nearly every airline has established partnerships with other airlines around the world. In this video, we'll look at why you should care and how to maximize the value of your miles and points. Why should you care about airline alliances and partnerships? The average traveler assumes that you should use American miles to book American Airlines flights and use Delta miles to book Delta flights. It's an obvious assumption to make, but that's why we made this video. And indeed, you can use your miles that way and sometimes you'll find a good deal. But if you don't consider an airline's partners, you're missing out on at least 80% of your options. Plus, you may end up spending far more miles than necessary. This is an example of flying United Airlines to Hawaii. Let's say you want to fly with United Airlines from Chicago to Honolulu, Hawaii. Would you rather spend 15,000 miles or 45,000 miles for a round-trip ticket? United Mileage Plus no longer has an award chart, but you can expect to pay 30,000 to 45,000 miles if you book with United Mileage Plus and use its miles. But how can you book the same United Airlines flight for a third of the price? The answer is by redeeming a different type of miles from a frequent flyer program that partners with United. In this case, you can transfer CT Thank You points to Turkish Airlines Miles and Smiles and book United flights from anywhere in the US to Hawaii for only 7,500 miles each way. This is a great example, but there are many others. Airline alliances and partnerships create thousands of opportunities to spend fewer miles. So, even if you have no interest in traveling internationally, it still pays huge dividends to know about frequent flyer programs that are overlooked by almost everyone else. Why do partnerships exist? In a word, destinations. It doesn't make sense for US-based airlines to operate a direct flight to every city in Europe. By forging partnerships with European airlines, US-based airlines can offer you an itinerary to almost any destination you want to visit. For example, American Airlines partners with more than 20 airlines, including 4 in Europe. If you want to fly to Mallorca, Spain or Split, Croatia, you can connect quite easily with a short Iberia or British Airways flight after crossing the Atlantic. If you could only use Advantage Miles to book American Airlines flights, you'd be stuck with a much smaller list of destinations. American and Advantage Miles aren't at all unique in this respect. Each type of airline miles offers its own network of options. Now, let's take a look at the partnerships and alliances that can supercharge your rewards strategy. Airline alliances. First, let's talk about airline alliances. Airline alliances are just large networks of airline partnerships. Instead of negotiating with each individual airline, all of the alliance members agree to a single set of rules that apply across member airlines. There are 3 main global alliances: Star Alliance, oneworld, and SkyTeam. Star Alliance. Formed in May 1997, Star Alliance is the oldest and largest airline alliance. Star Alliance consists of 26 airlines around the globe and is the only alliance with members from all 6 continents. It will also be the first alliance to include a non-airline partner, once the partnership with Dutch Bahn Company is up and running. oneworld. The oneworld Alliance was formed in February 1999 and currently consists of 14 airlines. It is the smallest of the 3 major airline alliances. Note that Russian airline S7 currently has its oneworld membership suspended. SkyTeam. The SkyTeam Alliance was formed in June 2000 and is the second largest airline alliance in terms of the number of airlines and total passenger count. Its 19 different airlines are well dispersed throughout the globe, meaning that no matter where you want to travel, you can find a flight with SkyTeam. Similar to oneworld and S7, Airflot currently has its SkyTeam membership suspended. Individual airline partners. Not all airlines are a member of one of the global alliances. Many carriers have chosen to remain independent, giving them the freedom to set up strategic individual partnerships. Some of these airlines are too small to join an alliance. Others have service limited to a single country or region. Think JetBlue's heavy concentration in the eastern US, or Southwest's minimal international offerings, but there are also a few independent airlines with global reach. These include airlines like Etihad and Emirates. It's also worth noting that the 2 types of partnerships aren't mutually exclusive. Many alliance airlines also maintain separate partnerships with airlines that aren't part of their alliance. And Singapore Airlines, Star Alliance member, has a partnership with Alaska Airlines on World member. How airline alliances and partners benefit travelers. In addition to connecting you to more destinations, airline partnerships can simplify travel and make elite status more rewarding. When your itinerary includes multiple airlines, you usually can get your boarding passes for the whole trip when you check in for your first flight. Your bags can be checked to your final destination, and the minimum time to connect between partners typically is shorter. Most airline partnerships also have reciprocal elite benefits. That means your elite status and benefits, AIE, like free checked bags, airport lounge access, and flight upgrades, will apply to partner flights too. Another key feature of many, but not all, partnerships is the ability to earn and redeem miles with partners. When you pay for a flight with money instead of miles, you typically can choose to earn miles with a partner airline's frequent flyer program. If you rarely fly with Aegean Airlines, it doesn't make sense to accrue a few thousand Aegean miles that will be hard to redeem. Instead, when buying a flight with Aegean, you could decide to credit that flight to a program you'll use more often, such as United Airlines Millage Plus or Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer. Just like frequent flyer programs can have different award prices for the same flight, they also differ in how many redeemable miles, what you need for booking award tickets, they confer for partner flights. How to plan a trip with partner airlines. As we mentioned earlier, knowing how and when to redeem miles with partners is key to maximizing your rewards. The right strategy can save you cash and miles and get you to less popular destinations faster. Let's take a look at how you can use your knowledge of partners to plan your next trip. Your first step always should be to figure out what partnerships are relevant. Sometimes you'll be starting with a destination in mind. In other cases, you might just want to explore where you can go with the points and miles you already have. Working backwards from a destination. Let's say you want to book a trip to Europe with stops in Barcelona and Paris. To find out what airlines serve those cities, you can use flightconnections.com to see the options to Paris airports. Another free tool you can use is flightsfrom.com, which also shows a complete list of direct flights. You can filter by country and limit the results to a single airline or alliance. Once you have a list of prospective airlines, you'll need to figure out which rewards programs let you book those airlines with miles. The global airline alliances offer a helpful shortcut since you can redeem miles from any member with all of the other alliance airlines. Keeping track of individual airline partnerships can be harder. However, there are many great opportunities to be found, so don't just look at alliances. If you're planning to book soon, your options will be limited by the airlines that partner with miles you already have. Checking your rewards balances should be quick and easy if you're using Award Wallet to track your rewards. But if you're planning a trip further down the line, keep the search broad. That way, you can plan your points earning strategy and credit card applications around the points that work best. The last step is to check the pricing and determine if there are any advantages to using one type of miles over another. Every frequent flyer program offers unique advantages. Some programs are great for a short weekend getaway. Others can facilitate ambitious round-the-world trips that will keep you busy in retirement. Don't forget that transferable points can be converted into lots of different types of airline miles. Turning your miles into a confirmed ticket. Booking with miles isn't nearly as straightforward as buying a flight with money. You can redeem miles for a only small percentage of the flights available for sale. Look for our video explaining why and how to take the next step when you're ready to book. Airline alliances and partnerships are a critical part of using points and miles. If you only use your miles on the same airline where you earned them, you're limiting yourself to a tiny fraction of the available options, and you'll be competing for limited award availability with all the other travelers who don't know any better. Using the wrong rewards can mean spending more miles or paying higher taxes for your flight. Without partner airlines, your list of possible destinations also shrinks dramatically. And even if you can get to your destination, you'll likely spend more time on a plane when partners or alliance airlines could have gotten you there with fewer connections. On the other hand, the right rewards can open up creative routing opportunities like stopovers or open jaws. Once you know your options, you can compare prices and booking rules to pick the program that best fits your trip. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and always travel safe.